Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are happy to welcome you to a new dialogue between cultures, between literatures, between very interesting authors coming from different countries and, of course, from Romania. We are very happy to be able to introduce to you today authors from Lithuania, Poland, India, and Romania, each of them very appreciated and very respected for their literature, for their creation, for what they managed in this field of literature. And because there are 3 foreign guests and 2 Romanian ones, I would suggest that we start alternatively with 1 foreign guest, 1 Romanian guest, so that until the end it would be more or less objective symmetry. First of all, I would like to say, I would like to thank 𝗙𝗵𝗁พี่ editor-in-chief of the Familia cultural magazine, for his support and help, which provides each week in making those programs under the auspices of his cultural magazine. And in the same time, I would like to welcome all of you, our dear guests, and I would like to start with the first of them, the first one, which I would like to kindly ask to read what she prepared for today. Actually, it is no problem in working with the so-called general plural today, because it happened. It wasn't intentional, but all today's guests are ladies. So in this case, making that they plural in English, which makes so many problems in other languages, is not a problem for today. So I would like to welcome Aušra Kaziliūnaitė, a very famous name, a very respected name of the Lithuanian poetry and all in all literature. She was awarded numerous Lithuanian and international awards. She's very well known also in the field of theater and film screenplay, and also very appreciated translator in her country. We had the opportunity, we had the honor and the joy to welcome her 2 years ago, I guess, or 3 years ago, within an international festival. I think it was called the Festival of the Centennial Capital Cities, and that's where we had the opportunity and the joy of making the first contact with Aušra. Aušra, thank you very much for accepting our invitation, and please read what the poems you prepared for today. And if you feel you would like to add something else to your presentation, feel free to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Aušra Kaziliūnaitė.
Hello to everyone. Thank you for having me here. I just will ask a quick question. Should I read the same poem on screen or in another order what we agreed before?
Maybe it is better what's on the screen, so that people would be able to hear the Lithuanian and to read the translation in English, respectively, in Romanian.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. So I will alternate the detail plane of yours with the detail plane of the translations, okay? Thank you.
Svetima planeta. Kompiuteris sako, atvykom. Šiaip jis nešnekus, bet jau kelias valandas plepa apie vaismedžių genėjimą. Sako, kelionės tikslas pasiektas. Kojų pirštai nutirpę. Išlipu iš kosminio laivo, apsižvalgau, renku mėginius žemės mokslininkams. Vaikštau po lygiai tokį pat kambarį kaip savo. Šviesmečius aplink nėra nieko gyvo. Nėra ir užuolaidų. Lauke ramiai sninga. Kitoje gatvės pusėje languose žybsi girliandos. Vaikai stumdosi ant šaligatvio. Vien kosminė vienatvė ir uolienos.
Okay.
Iškamša. Vieną dieną prie konteinerio pastebėjau paliktą paukščio iškamšą. Pastebėjau ir pamiršau. Bet ji manęs nepamiršo, netėmė persekioti. Kad ir kur eičiau, kad ir ką sutikčiau, visur mačiau nutriušusią paukščio iškamšą. Iš pradžių tiesiog apsimesdavau, kad jos nematau. Lai sau rodosi, man kas.
Something happened?
Lai sau rodosi, man kas nei čiulbėti, nei kirsti snapu vis tiek neįstengė. Bet galiausiai visai suįžulėjo, ėmė šmėžuoti ne tik viešose gatvėse, erdvėse, įsimaišiusi tarp studentų, klausytojų, praeivių gatvėse, rodydavosi draugų kompanijose, nevengė patupėti ir ant artimųjų galvų. Tada bandžiau gražiuoju. Priėjau ir paklausiau jos, kad čia veikia ir ko nori ta iškamša. Bet ji tik nebyliai tupėjo, o tėvas, ant kurio galvos jį galop įsitaisė, priklausomai pažvelgė į mane. Tėti, tau ant galvos paukštis, sušnibždėjau, bet jis numojo ranka, supras didelio čia daikto. Nuo tada iškamšą jau regėjau ir sapnuose, net ten negalėjau nuo jos pailsėti, beveik nebemegojau, beveik nebevalgiau, beveik nebebuvau. Mačiau ją ir toliau, visada tokią pat sustingusią vienoje pozoje, nebylę, apipešiotą. Man ėmė atrodyti, kad jis šiek tiek šypsosi. Iškamša iš manęs šaipėsi. Priėjau, čiupau ją ir mečiau iš visų jėgų į sieną. Tik pasirodo, ten buvo ne siena, o veidrodis. Tąkart jame pirmą kartą išvydau skrendantį paukštį.
Thank you. It sounds really very beautiful. This very beautiful sound of the Lithuanian language. So we'll go further. All flowers wilt?
No, actually we agreed to choose another poem.
Okay.
As I remember, 𝗙𝗺𝗃 𝗪𝗃. I have it prepared on my word, so I'm telling you because...
Okay, which is the title? Which is the title you have prepared on your word?
𝗙𝗺𝗃 𝗪𝗃. You can go.
You can go is the title?
Sorry, no. I just don't remember English title. This is the problem. This one.
This
Thank you.
Okay.
𝗙𝗺𝗃. Kada nors visi mano draugai numirs. Numirs giminaičiai ir mylimieji, numirs priešai ir nuo žemės paviršiaus dings visi kaimynai ir praeiviai, kuriuos bent kartą buvau sutikusi gatvėje. Numirs klasiokai, grupiokai, mokytojai, dėstytojai, bendradarbiai. Paskutinį kvapą išleis visi žmonės. su kuriais dėl nesuvokiamų priežasčių dėvėjau tokią pat laiko uniformą, nors taip ir neteko kariauti jo mūšiuose. Numirs paukščiai, kurie anksčiau skraidė virš mano aukštai iškeltos galvos. Ir amžiams nutils šunės, kuriuos išvykusi iš miesto girdėdavau staugiant šiurpulingomis naktimis. Patvoriuose dar augs šalpusniai, ant pavėsinių ir sėslis nuvargusios vynuogės, bet niekas daugiau nevadins manęs vardu, o ir manęs pačios jau nebus. Ir tuomet atsargiai, šiek tiek pakreipusi galvą, stebėsiu svetimus šunis, vynuogės ir šalpusnius. Ir tuomet pirmą sykį iš tiesų regėsiu paukščio skrydį, o pro šalį skubantį porelę, supratingai žvilgsniais aplenks suolelę, ant kurios sėdžiu. Jie žinos, kad kitaip nei jie, aš iš tiesų matau paukščio skrydį. Kad esu, visi mane pažįstami, šunės, vynuogės ir šalpusniai. Thank you.
Okay, so those are the poems you prepared, okay?
Yes, I already read all 3 poems we agreed before.
Okay, thank you very much, Aušra. Thank you very much for your beautiful poetry, and we hope to meet again at some Romanian or Lithuanian festival. Ladies and gentlemen, Aušra Kaziliūnaitė. I hope I managed to pronounce correctly your name, Kaziliūnaitė. It's right? Is this right?
It's perfect, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Usually I have big problems in pronouncing long names.
No, you're doing it great, thank you.
Thank you very much, this is very kind of you. So I would like to further welcome here Alina Pavelescu, very well known and appreciated Romanian novelist, and in the same time, maybe paradoxally, but it is not paradoxal at all, Alina has actually a very exact, very precise, if I can express myself like this, profession. She's the second in charge of the general manager of the Romanian archives. So she's a very exact and a very precise and ordinated character, which we have to admit, usually writers are not like this. Therefore, besides admiring Alina and her wonderful novels, I also admire her, and I have to say a little bit envy her for being so exact and so ordinated, which I have never been able to be. Maybe after reading what you prepared, Alina, you will explain us how do you manage to keep this balance between those two essential sides of your being. Ladies and gentlemen, Alina Pavelescu.
Hello, Mircea, and hello, everyone. I'm not very sure I'll keep the balance tonight because I have a delicate task. I think I'll read a short part of a novel I'm working right now on. So it will be a little bit more difficult for me to be as precise as in reading poetry. I prepared 2 pages, and I hope time will be enough for what I prepared. But when you think I made it too long, just please let me know and I'll stop. Okay? Just a little bit of introduction because, I'm writing right now a historical novel, a historical novel about a Romanian writer, Aušra Kaziliūnaitė. This is the French version of her name because she wrote in French, as a matter of fact. So she was Romanian, but also a French writer. And this novel is about her life and about her very odd relation with Queen Mary. They were friends, then they were enemies. So this is the tension I tried to capture in my novel. I'll start. What I'm about to read is the episode of a romance between 𝗙𝗶𝗁 and the Prince of Germany. the future behind the threat, who wasn't behind the threat after all, because after the war it wasn't an empire here in Germany. So I'll start like this. I hope I won't put Mircea in a very delicate situation with the screen share.
Well, no problem. You could never do this. I mean, what I forgot to mention, and thank you for mentioning this, is that your novels have almost always to do with the Romanian history, with the Romanian but with the Romanian history between the First and the Second World War, with that history which was confiscated from us by communists, and which you and other Romanian writers are giving back to the Romanian readers with this kind of novels and stories, which are fiction, of course, but in the same time they are working with real characters. So, looking forward to it.
So, Mircea, I'll start with Ca să vizităm Franțuzii, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Ca să vizităm Franțuzii, trebuia să ne întoarcem mai întâi la Palatul de Marmură, unde prințul tocmai organizase militarești pe micul convoi format din 3 mașini roșii. Prințesa Cecilia purta un costum cafeniu de călătorie din stofă fină și cu o croială foarte elegantă. Ținuta maestuoasă este distingea de departe. I-am spus în sinea mea că era perfectă pentru rolul de împărăteasă, chiar fără să o cunosc, ținuta și felul ei, dar te făceau să înțelegi de la prima privire că nu aveai de-a face cu o doamnă oarecare din svita imperială. Și, spre deosebire de tine, ea nici nu căuta să le semene. Conflictul m-a complimentat pentru pălăria mea, făcând un vesel cu ochii. Adevărul este că pălăria berlineză nu fusese cea mai strălucită idee pe care o avusese în dimineața aceea. A spune chiar că fusese cea mai proastă, deși dimineața nu loc lipsă de idei proaste. Împodobită ca o clopotniță, cu un decor de flori de mătase înghesuite asimetric în vârf, se clătinea periculos la fiecare mișcare a capului, iar virajele automobilului o puneau serios la încercare. M-am silit să râd și eu de înfățișarea țeapănă, pe care n-aveam voie să o abandonez nicio clipă, dacă nu doream să-mi culeg magnifica podoabă din capul comun. L-a rugat pe jos să conducă mașina în care s-a prințesa Cecilia și arhiducesa Maria Cristina. Să nu conduc prea repede, i-a spus, și toată lumea a râs, fiindcă știau cum conduce el însuși. Doamnele din suită mergeau în a treia mașină, iar pe mine m-a luat în mașina lui, doar noi doi și șoferul pe care îl știam de data trecută. Îți place cum am aranjat lucrurile? Am vrut să putem sta de vorbă liniștit, de aceea nu conduc eu. Mi-a luat până și mi-a spus contra lui. Nu l-am privit în ochi, faptul că nu îmi puteam mișca prea mult capul din cauza pălăriei era un pretext binevenit. De fapt, nu reușeam deloc să-mi adun gândurile, iar perspectiva singurătății cu el mi se părea deja obositoare. Se respinge eleganța salturile sentimentale ale unui bărbat care este gata și pe deasupra și printul moștenitor al Germaniei poate fi o treabă foarte anguroasă, știu. Când i-a șoptit la ureche cu glasul pe jumătate acoperit de zgomotul motorului cât de tare îl tulbură priveliștea ochiorului lăstimate vânt, am încercat să schimb vorba gândul să-mi povestească despre strămoșul său, Frederic cel Mare. Era un succes, pe care toate femeile îl cunosc. Îmi ascundeam plictică în spatele timidității, dar spre norocul meu, le-a acceptat cu naturalețe, fără să se arate invitat. Aproape de capătul călătoriei, mi s-a destănit cât de greu îmi venea uneori să se înțeleagă cu tatăl său. Nu aveau aceleași idei despre cum ar fi trebui condusă Germania. Comprinsul credea că împăratul nu s-a cunoscut niciodată cu adevărat poporul și că de fapt se simtă un străin printre germani. I-a povestit cum după întâmplarea cu Eilenburg-ului pe tablice de feios și tot de atâta ori el comprinsul îl convinsese să renunțe. I-am spus că a procedat foarte bine răspunzând părul dacă ar fi acceptat tatălui să-l face prin tirănie și poate nu l-ar fi iertat niciodată. Totuși nu regret că nu l-am lăsat să abdice atunci când voia. Am fost uimită când vorbeați de deschis, nu ca unei femei frumoase pe care nu văzute decât de 2 ori în viață. Și așa cum vorbești unei prietene vechi, căreia știu că îi poți încredința fără teamă și secret. I-am zis în glas în urmă de editare, în vreme ce îmi descria în detaliu acele scene intime dintre tată și fiu. Alesese să fie pe deplin sincer cu mine. Încrederea lui surprinzătoare și mărturitoare în așa timp îndemna la loialitate, pe omul care se descoperă astfel, fără nicio umbră de îndoială, a fi nedemn să-l dezamăgești pe gândul. Acolo, în mașina roșie, am înțeles că nu voi putea iubi, dar am hotărât că nu aveam să-i scădez niciodată prietenia. Într-o scrisoare pe care am spus-o Ceciliei la câțiva ani după acea primă vizită la Potsdam, că până la urmă am reușit să mă împrietenim, o asigurăm că, după părerea mea, soțul ei nu acorda prea multă importanță femeilor și ca atare nici cuceririlor pe care le făcea. Voi să-mi doar să atenuez amărăciunea fără să cred cu adevărat ce îmi scris. Din felul lui de a se purta cu mine, concluzia fusese alta. Când se afla în compania unei femei, îmi scata ca pe ființa cea mai importantă din lume. Aproape că mă simțeam vinovată, fiindcă nu reușit să întâlnim nimic între el, nimic în afară de prietenie, nimic în afară de o vietă odință, dar rămâne mereu credințoasă acelei imagini generoase pe care își făcuse despre mine. Dar cel puțin, atunci știam care era diferența dintre idee și sentiment, dintre loialitate și dragoste. Puteam să le recunosc și să le rânduiesc pe fiecare la locul ce îi se spunea. Ne-am întâlnit din prima să mă trimise să scris. Cădeam nădejdea că într-o zi va înțelege și el și că ar trebui să nu foarte pică. La sfârșitul acelei zvete, când îl plimbam braț la braț pe malul Mării Baltice, i-am dat seama că înțelesese în cele din urmă. Puteam fi doar prieteni, doi prieteni buni, căci ne asemănam în foarte multe privințe. A ridicat din nisip o piatră pe care apa mării o șlefuise în formă de inimă. Iată inima mea, mi-a spus, securându-mi în palmă. Nu l-am încredințat-o niciodată să dea întregul femeilor ridicole, dar ție ți-o dăruiesc cu un prieten adevărat. Abia atunci l-am putut privi direct în ochi, așa cum nu îndrăznit să-mi o fac în zilele de apus, când mă purtase ca un bărbat oarecare, pornit să fie iubit, fie și pentru o scurtă bucată de vreme, fie și de o femeie pe care nu o cunoștea cu adevărat. Iar lui tratasem ca pe toți ceilalți bărbați din viața mea, toți cu excepția unui singur care se nimerită să mă apară în cale înaintea lui. Dar oare dacă n-ar fi existat și lui, locul său ar fi putut fi ocupat vreodată de scompii? Nu cred, încă n-am crezut niciodată cu oamenii simpli și instituibili. Ca toate drumurile pe care trebuie să le alegi la instituțiile vieții, nici acesta n-a mai avut cale de întoarcere. Privind în urmă, pot păstra un regret sau un semn de întrebare, un reproș încă viu sau o amintire pe care ai preferat timp să vei schimba să nu mai fi schimbat nimic pe pagina deja scrisă. Când m-am întors la Berlin, după foarte mult timp, al doilea război stătea să înceapă. I-am vizitat pe el și pe Cecilia în același Potsdam care le devenise între 𝗵𝗵 Lumea noastră se schimbase cu totul și noi odată cu ea. Viața crescuse peste trupul și suflete fără menajamente. Nu mai eram decât niște oameni în vârstă, despuiați de inimă. Ne măsuram reciproc libriile, încheieturile deformate, umbrele din fizic, întrebându-ne dacă în spatele acelor tipuri aproape necunoscute se mai afla încă vreo urmă din tineri din voi, de altă dată. Cecilia își păstrase zâmbetul splendăresc, dar calei și căpătase umbrătul greoi al bătrâneții. Crompinsul avea acea siluetă marțială, însă mustața i albise, iar în ochii se citea o tristețe profundă. Cât despre mine, urmele smulse și persetere de pe chip aproape cu toții. Nasul mi s-a scuțit buzele să suțiase și începam să nu mai merit povestea de circe pe care mi-o dăduseră schimba și bate. M-a întrebat, cred că dacă l-aș lăsa pe tata sa și să salvezi ceva, i-am răspuns sincer, acum nu mai contează. Acum sunt o anomalie istorică, noi toți suntem. I-am mărturisit că Berlinul nazist nu mi-a părut atât de schimbat pe noi și așteptat. Aceiași rododendron pe marginea pistei de aterizare, același străzi largi cu casele frumos aliniate, traversate de aceiași oameni răbiți. Răul nu se simțea în aer, deși știam că e acolo, iar faptul că știam, dar nu-l vedeam, m-a înfiorat chiar mai mult decât dacă își fi detectat prezența. S-a mulțumit să munghe o grază cu vârful credețelor, așa cum ar fi mungheat un copil. Se-au prostit la Cecilian-Hof cu doar câțiva servitori în jurul lor. Poștii prieteni se sperau să-i viziteze. Jurnalelor le era interzis să pomenească în despre existența lor și doar are rost pentru de noului regim. Postul moștenitor, marea speranță a intrării de altă dată, mai era spusă la nostalgie. Când am schițat o reverență în fața Ceciliei, mi-a replicat cu amărăciune. Doamnele nu mai fac de mult reverențe, familiilor germane nici să mai îngăduie să-și arate respectul în fața prinsesei moștenitoare. Dar eu sunt o femeie liberă, îmi pot arăta liniștită respect în față de cei pe care îi respect. La cină eram doar noi patru și o domnișoară de companie, însoțitoarea celei mai mici pe cele lor Cecilian. Fata ne priva cu ochi mari, când depuneam poveștile vechi de 26 de ani, cu serie de detalii de parcă tot cum s-a fi peste cutie. Vorbeam în șoaptă, de teamă că se Victorina suspiciona și, de fapt, totul era foarte tăcut în acea casă, ca un cavou în care morile și găsiseră în sfârșit liniște. Noi să ne simțeam foarte bine împreună, o intimitate care nu mai existase niciodată între noi, se instalase acum ca de la sine. Era cu două perechi obișnuiți să pune fericirea, care își contemplau cu detașare tinereța pierdută. N-aveam rancune și nici păreri de rău, totul se rezolvase de mult, cu eleganța înțelepciune. Privindu-i, Cecilia și George șușotau într-un colț al mesei, comprinsul tocmai despre tinerei fete și arfamul pe care o purteam când am cunoscut, i-am dat seama că eram mulțumită. De mine, de el, de ceilalți doi pe care evitaserăm când venim de felul în care reușiserăm să ne frustrăm densitatea sentimentelor suficient de mult încât, iată, să mai dorim să ne regăsim cu toții după o vreme atât de lungă și cu atâtea întâmplări. Poate puțin și de faptul că nu mă lăsasem cu totul în viință de vanitate. Singurul lucru pe care nu aveam cum să-l bănuiesc era acela că exilul lor avea să fie peste doar câțiva ani și exilul meu. Când i-am spus Ceciliei că fusese invitată să revăd palatul de marmură, m-am săpuit în urmă. Unele călci știu deja bine. M-am gândit, oare dacă mâine o revoluție mi-a răpit mogoșoaia și eu mi-aș dori ca prietenii mei să nu se mai facă niciodată în locul în care eu însumi nu mai sunt binevenită? I-am zis că totuși nu, împotriva, aș vrea ca măcar prin ei să pot să stau legătură cât de slabă cu ceea ce am iubit. Și trebuie să știu că măcar în această privință nu m-am apreciat greșit. Recunosc că îmi place să scriu asta cu o ție care de foarte devreme a încetat să mai prezinte nervozitatea mea. Și tocmai despre povestea dintre mine și Crompin care te-a supărat atât de tare. Deci putut să o fi de atunci, de ziua în care abia reîntoarcă de la Ștefan, ai venit în suflet să mă vezi și ca din întâmplare mi-ai scriturat. E un adevărat cuceritor, are câte o amantă în fiecare loc pe care îl vizitează. Dar atunci știam că îmi pândești reacția să am ales să nu spun nimic. Așa cum nici când i-ai reproșat că am înlocuit totul în inima lui, n-am vrut să spun nimic. Și nici măcar când ai trimis-o pe Nadej la Cecilia, cu acea oribilă scrisoare, în care o rugai să fie cu mare băgare de seamă că sunt o femeie foarte periculoasă. 𝗙𝗺𝗶𝗁, așa este. Da, am știut, însă și Cecilia am povestit pe scena. În corespondența pe care o puteam regula după ce început în cazul să-i povestesc pentru femeile. La câțiva ani distanță, când Nadej pusese pe punctul de a muri în accident de automobil, iar eu am ajutat-o să-mi vină la viață, mi-a mărturisit cuprinsă de remușcări să zice să facă. Am liniștit-o. Aflasem și iertasem și o iertasem de multă vreme. Mi-am arătat scrisoarea Ceciliei ca să o asigur că era ireparabilul meu avut deloc. Dintre toate personajele acelui drame ratate, tu ai fost singura care nu a avut până la capăt nimic de mărturit. Tot ce am primit de la tine au fost câteva răspunsuri bolate, zâmbetele piezise și o exasperant de falsă preocupare pentru fericirea mea despre creșterii că nu există oricum. Așa că am ales să fac și eu. Nu neapărat fiindcă doream să respect alegerea, ci pur și simplu, pentru că încă nu puteam să te iert. Și totuși, ce ironică de înțelegere s-a șterbut astfel noi. Pentru prima și ultima dată în viață, făcusem ceea ce mă îndemna să știu întotdeauna să fac. Alesesem cu inima, dar nu mi-a lăsat-o niciodată. Discret, fără zgoburi, în fața prietenii noastre, tocmai să spui. Asta a fost, vă mulțumesc, sper că a fost. So this is what I decided to read today. Thank you for your patience. I hope I wasn't too lonely.
Thank you very much. It was, at least for me as a Romanian, a really passionating lecture, and I'm looking forward to the whole novel when it's going to be published. Maybe, if you allow me, I have a short question for you. Do you select this kind of thematics for your novels because of the interest they are supposed and expected to raise to the audience, or because it is your private personal passion for that time in Romanian history?
Well, I think I am able to give you a short answer. I need my personal passion to write, because this is the only way I can write. If there is no passion in between, I'm not able to write. So, well, I hope the audience will be interested too. Of course, every writer needs audience, and if possible, sympathetic audience. But first of all, when I choose a subject or a subject chooses to occupy my mind, the main reason is my personal interest. I don't know, maybe it's passion, maybe it's just a need to understand something, but it's personal language.
And tell me, please, your personal meaning as an author. Do you think foreign readers, the readers outside Romania, are able to? I mean, if I were a foreign reader, if I didn't know anything about what you're writing, I feel I would understand everything. How do you do that? You manage to explain all those realistic historical aspects, also making them understandable also for foreigners.
Well, it's not my personal merit, if you like. It's just because we are talking about human feelings. So human feelings which are involved in history, politics, everywhere, are very easy to explain and to be understood by other humans. This is, I think, the main virtue of the literature. We can understand each other, no matter the language, no matter the places you are writing about, even the historical characters. Maybe people, even in Romania, they know very few about 𝗦𝗹𝗶𝗏. They are very interested with the fashionable woman, the socialite, etc. But 𝗦𝗹𝗶𝗏 was more than that. So the fact that people don't know the real history behind the pages of a novel, I think it's not important if you manage as a writer to describe the human side of your character, to make it live through your pages and live in the mind of the reader.
Thank you very much. There are also very interesting explanations. And if Aušra were still here, I would have liked to ask her, as by contrary, her writing is so universal. It's, I mean, there are very little, let's say, specifically Lithuanian motifs there, but it is meant more like, they are meant more like poems dedicated to the universal reader, to the universal viewer. But maybe if she comes back, I would like to ask her this question. Thank you very much, Alina. Ladies and gentlemen, warm thanks to Alina Pavelescu, the charming and very talented Romanian novelist. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alina. And further, I would like to change the time zone, the geographic region, and also the style. And I would like to warmly welcome here Misna Chanu, very talented and sensitive author from India. As we know very well, in India there are a lot of languages, a lot of official languages. If I'm not wrong, Misna writes in Manipuri. I think this is her language, if I don't mistake the pronunciation. It is a marvelous language, a very charming one. I mean, after the way it sounds, because I don't understand anything, but nevertheless, the translations, as Misna is a bilingual author, she writes in Manipuri and in English. Therefore, we have the opportunity to understand her writing through the English variants, which she authorizes as being official. She is also an editor and an anthologist, a very passionate person on literature. Even if she's very modest and she pretends she was not meant to be a writer. Well, Misna, I'm happy you're a writer, because your writing is really charming, and if this weren't your destiny, at least this change of destiny was wonderful for the ones following your literary career. Please, if you would like to add something else to your presentation, please feel free to do it now, and then kindly please read what you prepared for today. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mircea. Thank you for, first of all, hello everybody. A very good evening. It is evening for us. I don't know for others. So, and I would like to thank Mircea for inviting me today here. It's my pleasure to be with all the esteemed poets.
We are very happy to have you here. And I would like to stress very much your activity as an anthologist, because putting so many poets, so many excellent poets from the whole world into anthologies means bringing people together, means determining a better mutual knowledge between those poets. And please, if you would like to mention, how many poets did you put in that beautiful anthology of yours called Under the Azure Sky?
In my first anthology, that is Under the Azure Sky, the participant poets are 145.
145 poets, actually, yes, from the whole world, from Southern America until Japan, from India until Romania and Czech Republic.
Yes, for some are from Switzerland, Netherlands, and most of the many poets from Poland. They have participated, so I'm glad they participated in my anthology. And my aim in life is through art and literature, I want to spread the awareness of universal love and unity.
Actually, okay, it is a very curious aspect that in this part of the world there are a lot of Polish poets. Anna Maria Szczepień, 𝗙𝗵𝗁𝗏 𝗏, and they are very much implied into this the activity of organizing the local poetry and the literature movements. For instance, Anna Maria Szczepień is the vice president of one of the most famous literary organizations there, the Association of the World Writers, which is based in Nepal, if I'm not wrong, together with the great Nepali writer Masud Uzaman. So the Polish dimension, the Polish element is very strong in this part of the world. So Misna, please let us read the poems you prepare for today. And I would like to mention that they were translated into Romanian by Kateřina Kozlovská.
Okay. First of all, I would like to read the first poem. The title of the poem is A Little Piece of Melancholic Sky. This is from my first published book, so I always love this poem more than others. Okay, let me read. A little piece of melancholic sky. A little piece of melancholic sky. This is all I have in this evening of life. The darling sun is resting too in the arms of scarlet sky of the west, leaving me alone in the east with the longing of a dawn that I am not certain of. The majesty of the night, with her cloak full of stars, wearing the veil of mystery, is approaching her arms. But I see a mother, a sister, and a friend from a time immemorial. She asked me nothing, but her eyes, as bright as full moon, are looking into my soul. I do not know what she finds, but I am certain of her love and glory that makes the nightingale sing such a melodious song, and a poet write his euphonious ode. And I, in the middle of my melancholic sky, find my moon and my stars, and a place to dream and dance with the fire and the flame that the Queen of Night has added more. Thank you. My first poem, I just finished my first poem. Mircea, shall I have to read another poem?
Yes, please continue. I will go to the second poem. In my document, the document you sent me, it was In the Ruins of My Heart's Kingdom.
Yes, yes. The title of my second poem is In the Ruins of My Heart's Kingdom. In the ruins of my heart's kingdom, when I planted a seed of sacred love that doesn't have any name or form, heavens opened the gate and showed me the path to paradise. But, my beloved, I am the imaginary bride of the lover that I never had in this realm, where I built my kingdom. How will I enter the Eden without him? Maybe, somewhere, he is waiting for me by the bank of a river I have not discovered its name yet. Maybe somewhere he is walking among the wildflowers in search of a solitary flower that will remind the road to the lost garden by its enchanting smell. Maybe somewhere he is searching to among the ruins the remains of the love story written not by the stars but with stardust of time. For love is not a thing to be burnt with Pompeii, to remain only as memento of great despair and profound loss of time, and as history on the earth. That's all. Thank you. And my third poem.
Yes.
The name of my third poem is How Do I Tell the Tale?
How do I tell the tale?
Yes. How do I tell the tale? Excuse me. So many things to say, so many stories to tell. But how do I tell the tale of a mute heart? I searched in the stories of language, but couldn't find a word that would match your voice. Are you two standing alone? Oh, my heart, not able to express what you really want, just like me, unable to tell my stories, and standing alone between the dream and reality of life, like the truth buried beneath the layers of time, far away from the view of those who write history of the world. Thank you. And my fourth poem is, the title is If That Is the Only End. Mircea, shall I continue?
Yes, please.
Okay. If that is the only end, tenderness of the world has abandoned me long ago. Withered and scattered were the dreams I hold alone. Punishing this innocence has become the rituals of the world, but did I rescue my hands too from the prison of traditional sin? This is the question lingers on and on within my heart. Honor is worthy than human heart and soul then. Raptured were the flowers of Eden. The innocents of the earth were murdered even before they were born. But did I watch like a crowd of audience in the theater of life? Or could I able to deny participating but couldn't give justice? But to whom is the question arise again? To them or to me? Not yet defined. Perhaps those are the questions I ask often to myself, like most of the fools fooling themselves in the eyes of social norm. Maybe I already know the answer, but what I didn't know is the valueless value of the world, all accepted as common from the heaven or hell. They even cannot distinguish well. Denying the different ones, no matter how real or authentic they are in themselves, in order to look alike, no matter what marks they are wearing today or tonight. Similar ones always have the king and the queen in the game of life. How do I not die while living becomes the combat I must fight to death. Though I wish if that is the only end, but alas, I know it's not.
Thank you very much, Misna. Really very sensitive and very peculiar poems. I have the very pleasant duty to express to you the admiration of Katka Kozlovska, the one which translated your poems. She liked them very much, and especially the last one, which was actually a real challenge for the translator, but in the same time a very beautiful poem. So she's saying hello to you and admires a lot your poetry. Thank you very much for being with us today, Misna, and good luck in everything you are doing. We are waiting also other beautiful, not only poetries, not only poems, but also anthologies of yours.
Yes.
And within your very beautiful work you are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, Misna Chanu from India. And before saying goodbye to her, if she wants, of course, if you want, Misna, we would kindly like to ask you whether you would like to read something in your mother tongue, in Manipuri. Maybe one of the poems or a fragment of the poems we had today in Manipuri. Do you have it?
Yes, of course. That's very kind of you. I would love to read, but I have not prepared. Just a minute.
Yes, of course. In between, I would like very much to say hello to 𝗙𝗵𝗁𝗲, an excellent poet, which he's not here anymore. Nevertheless, I want to welcome him. Maybe he is hearing us, or maybe some connection problem. He's one of the most active poets in Asia, and he's very present in the majority of programs organized by our friends in India, in Nepal, and Pakistan. A very talented poet. 𝗙𝗵𝗁𝗲, if you are coming back, maybe we could change a couple of words in between. Misna is looking for one of her poems to read in Manipuri, in her mother tongue. Which of them is it going to be?
I'm reading. I'm going to read the different one. Is it okay?
Okay.
From my another book. Actually, Independence Day of India is coming on 15 August, and 13 August is for us Manipuri. It's a very big day. We celebrated 13 August as the Martyrs' Day for all those, in honor of all those who lost their life in battle between India and British.
I understand.
So my poem is about remembering my homeland. Means I live very far from my original place where I was born. It's quite far. So when I remember my homeland, so I wrote this poem. in my mother tongue, Manipuri. Okay, Ningsinglakpada, that means when by remembering. So let me start.
Please.
Ningsinglakpada. Mitay laybak nung sibi, nang gisaktam jinglingbi. Ningsinglakpada thamoyda, mitsna thambal anida, pirangi ichaw laglakle. Ningsing bana kaphalle, imagi phizi nung sibi, pay na tungin jadaba, matam kaya oikre. Mitay laybak ming on kre, mitay kabi, lon on kre. Kanadabu paudam ni, kanadabu araw ni, icha micha na ibatay bangda, mipung kuding yet nari, aigi na helesu, hay nari. Ima bukaw din na chana, ima waraw bigano. Lamuk na basunat chade, lamdam tam na laybani. Imagi kutyada kat na ba, na chana, kung gilayrang tanaw di, hiba chacharu bani. Ipu iben na thamlamba, sanagi jendray ning kibi, no madi thirakhi gani, thamoy layrang so hap na ba, imagi kuyada kat na ba. That's all. I have English version of this poetry. Shall I read the English version?
Please read it, yes, please.
Okay. By remembering, oh, the beloved land of Mitay and your gentle face, by remembering you in my heart, tears flooded in my both eyes, memories made me cry. It's been a long time since I stopped walking behind you, holding the lovely scarf of mother, the gentle breeze of 𝗙𝗪𝗏. 𝗙𝗪𝗏 is another name of Manipur, so I wrote here 𝗙𝗪𝗏. The gentle breeze of 𝗙𝗪𝗏 had changed its direction. Land of Mitay had changed its name too. The poet of Mitay has changed its dialect too. But to whom I will complain, to whom I will blame? In the lane of discrimination, everyone is arguing, and they keep saying, I am the best, I am the best. Please do not mind, mother, for I have not ever forgotten you. Even though I live a distance far, I have not gone astray too. I have gone in search for the fresh and tenderest flowers of the season to offer to your feet, my mother. The golden basket of my ancestors will be discovered too one day, to keep the flowers of heart to offer to you, my mother. Thank you very much, Mr. for giving me the chance to read in my mother tongue.
Sorry, my microphone, sorry. Thank you very much. It was really impressive and also a very sensitive feeling while you were pronouncing those beautiful words in your very nice sounding mother tongue, Manipuri. Good luck in everything you are doing. Thank you for being here with us, dear Misna. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to welcome here now Dana Ștefan, young and very talented and energetic, ambitious Romanian poet. She published poems in the most respectable and prestigious Romanian magazines. She got also a couple of Romanian awards, which is also a remarkable thing. And her verse has the power, as an unusual power of concentration in very small spaces. You will see by yourselves, Dana Ștefan is able to say a couple of things to express a lot of metaphors with very little words, which it is something not every poet is able to able to do. Dear Dana, if you feel like adding something to your presentation, if you would like to say something else about you, please feel free to do it.
Hello, thank you for your words. It's an honor for me to hear this about my poems. I have nothing else to add because your presentation was very good. It was exceptional, and yeah, I feel overwhelmed by these words, and thank you very much.
Thank you for accepting our invitation. Now we will open the word you sent with your poems in Romanian and English.
If you want, you can let the PowerPoint. I have the word here, so I can read. I have the text as you wish.
Okay, maybe it's better here because both of the variants, Romanian and English, are here. Now I will start the screen sharing, and immediately after this, you will be. I guess you will keep the order in the in the manuscript, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's. So share. Is something weird here because the document was already okay. Just a moment. Just a moment, please. Seems to be a technical problem. I hope I will send it as soon as possible. So that's what we have. And please tell me if everybody is able to see Dana's poems, Mariana's Trench.
No, we are seeing the folder in which you have the two documents from me.
Okay, so I will try to share again.
Yeah. Yes.
Is this the one now?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much. Sorry for this little technical problem. Dana, please read your beautiful poems.
Okay. Groapa Marianelor. Pe fundul mării ăstea am îngropat toate amintirile mele despre mamă. Când ai plecat, ai șters cu mâneca flanelei cele mai frumoase cuvinte despre pescăruși, așa cum un copil din Myanmar și-ar fi șters mucii ajunși pe buze, dacă n-ar fi fost atât de sincer încât să umble în pielea goală. Singurătatea are noi sub tălpi, iar mama e acum o rană adâncă. Complementare. Plouă. Mi-am făcut omletă cu spanac și brânză slabă. Am tăiat și o roșie. Asta fac când mi se face dor de tine. Tai roșii. Apoi mi le imaginez verzi, pulsând ca o pipotă de pescăruș plină cu lacrimi de pește. Peștii nu plâng. Doar unul dintre ei s-a răstignit pe cruce. Planare. Astea nu-s ideile mele, la fel cum omuleții care se dau pe tiroliană între andrelele mamei nu-s copiii ei. Doar frații mei cu care luam la țintă sticlele de lampă plantate de un eschimoș pe terenul viran din fața piramidei lui Cheops. O, daie, mama ta m-a așezat la masă și mi-a dat să mănânc pipote fierte în vin. Apoi Mi-a vorbit despre Nero și eu mi-am imaginat cum ar fi incendiat bucătăria să știe că eu sunt femeia aceea care dansează desculță pe stradă și doarme dezbrăcată în fân. Am dormit apoi în camera din care îmi zâmbea în 𝗙𝗶𝗁𝗏 tricotat, ținând în mână un buchet de mireasă, deși lăsai încă de pe atunci să ți se intuiască bărbăția, dincolo de țesătura 𝗙𝗶𝗶𝗏. În rama tabloului stă prins într-o fantă atemporală, moțul tăiat împletit cu pangliși din mătase colorată. Pe divan sunt aliniate mașinuțele, indienii și păpușa blondă, pe care ți-ai ales-o singur din vitrină când ai împlinit 5 ani. Acum studiezi fizică cuantică, asculți Lola Marsh și bibelourile din sufragerie nu sunt altceva decât telenovele de porțelan. Parmezan pentru vise. Sorbim adevăr din găoci de ouă, gălbenușul soarelui ni se scurge pe gât, iar noi ne lingem nesățioși pe buze cu limba plină de prejudecăți. În mașina de spălat te învâr câteva stări incerte, murdărite de speranță. Privim prin hublou și ne pare că suntem într-un avion plin de vorbe volante. În plic, implic dureri neconținute, joncțiuni duplicitare și muștare.
And maybe the last poem, because we are at the limit of our time.
Okay, in this case, maybe the last one in the word.
Yes.
I think it's this one. Yes.
This is the one? Okay.
Alzheimer, yes.
Alzheimer, okay.
Yeah. Când nu mi-am mai recunoscut papucii, lucram în tura de noapte la o fabrică de pufuleți. Ziua, mângâiam pisica și scriam poezii. Pe lângă pufuleți, ne hrăneam amândoi cu iluzii care luau ființă în țeava de pix a copilului din blocul de vis-a-vis. Ploaia o iscase tot el când a descoperit țeava de cornete și a luat la țintă norii. Ar fi găsit o soluție și pentru curcubeu, dar maică-sa l-a strigat la masă și a uitat fereastra deschisă. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your poetry. Thank you for your poems, and also for the very how should I put it, immediate reflection of the everyday life you managed to put into them, and in the same time combining it with remarkable influence of the poets. I apologize if it isn't like this. That's what I'm feeling, okay? Of the poets from the so-called generation 2000.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong, but that's what I feel, that narrativity, that inspiration of the immediate life, of the everyday life. I feel that it gives a lot of energy to your poetry. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for accepting our invitation, and wish you a lot of success.
Thank you also, and I also want to thank my friend Cristiana Cristea that helped me with the translation in English in one day. So yeah, I'm very grateful to her.
Thank you very much also to your friend which helped you with the translation, and thank you for reminding me this, because it is something I should have told about each of our guests. So Aušra's poems were translated into Romanian by Lucia Șavrdova. I have already mentioned that Alina's fragment was translated into English by Kateřina Kozlovská and Tatiana Grosu, and we still had Misna Chanu, which was also translated into Romanian by Kateřina Kozlovská. So thank you for reminding me this, Dana. It was my duty to mention all this.
Thank you very much once again for the invitation.
Thank you for being with us. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my beautiful duty, and I'm happy and proud to welcome here one of the biggest and in the same time most remarkable names of today's Polish literature. Ilona Witkowska is not only a great poetess, but also a universal writer, a person which is able to express somehow in the same way as Dana does, but with different combination of words, of expressions, very surprising and unexpected metaphors, very original combinations of thoughts and of ideas. She has very short poems, some of them 2 or 3 rows, which are really explosive in their way of expressing what their author wants to say. She has also larger poems which contain very impressive dimensions of romantic and philosophy and profound philosophy. She published until now, if I'm not wrong, please correct me, Ilona, 3 collections of poetries, and cooperated also to 2 screenplays and experimental etudes. So this is another dimension of her activity, being also passionate by film, by movie making. Dear Ilona, welcome, and please, if you feel like adding something to your presentation, this is the time to do it.
Hello, hi to you all.
Hi, welcome, Witam.
Thank you for having me. I will read poems translated by Mircea, by you, into Romanian. They are from my second book called 𝗙𝗺𝗶𝗁 zwycięża. Lucifer is winning. So I will just start. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It was an honor and a pleasure to translate your poems. I will open the document where some of them are translated also into English, so that everybody could understand. That means the ones speaking Romanian will understand the Romanian translation. The ones not speaking nor Romanian nor Polish, at least through the English translation. Please tell me if you see Ilona's poems on the screen.
Not yet.
I guess not yet. Okay, I will start the sharing again. Okay, it should be there now. So, Ilona, please, let's start.
Okay. Nie chcę się spać, nie chcę się robić. Ty sobie wystawiasz kapliczki, a na mnie tu wciąż coś czyha. Droga wolna, ale weź na nią wejdź. Świnie. O mój Panie Jezu, nabity na patyk, owocu okrutnych, lecz dziecinnych zabaw. My się teraz tutaj bawimy inaczej. Równanie z 3 wiadomymi. Majowe słońce piekło mnie w głowę, choć odruchowo użyłam formy nas. Byłam wtedy sama. Odruchowo używając formy nas. Kogo miałam na myśli? Najlepiej jest tam, gdzie jesteśmy, bo to właśnie my. Kiedy byłam mała, babcia uczyła mnie deptać dżdżownicę i nie przejmować się. Mówiła, o tak, o tak. Psia poduszka. Kiedy przyjeżdżają goście, oblekam im psią poduszkę. Nie mówiłam nikomu. Myślałam sobie, po co? Po co ktoś ma wiedzieć, że 2 psy spały, jadły, krwawiły, chorowały i zdechły w tej samej pościeli, co ty teraz śpisz? Ale od dzisiaj chcę, żebyście wszyscy wiedzieli. Johnny. Johnny się podpisał na kurzu. Na różowym tle o 8:02 szynka wieprzowa tańsza aż o 1,5 złotego. Idą sobie ludzie po kostce Bauma. Nad nimi wielkie brzozy, nad nimi wielkie topole. Odkryto czarną dziurę, która zjadła już 17 miliardów słońc. Kiedy spędzasz większość czasu 3 lata świetlne od siebie albo gubisz w sobie, to co masz? Chuja masz. A chciałbyś, oczywiście, wszystko. Więc usuwasz się, bo po twojej twarzy widać. Lucyfer zwycięża. Ptaszki, ptaszki. Te festony świateł to jest drut kolczasty.
I have to admit this was one of the poems which impressed me the most from your creation and which gave also the title of your book.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mądrości spod sklepu i kościoła. A po alkoholu będę sikał przez okno i krzyczał. Pewnie coś z kurwa, samo kurwa. Cała rzeka powolnego wiosłowania w ciemności.
I'm sorry, this one has no English variant.
Okay, come on to the next one, maybe.
Please read it because it's very beautiful. Please read it.
Okay. Psychodeliczna papuszka. Nie mogłem spać w nocy, więc wstałem, zjadłem ziemniaki z cebulą, a później pieściłem twoje piersi i łono. Rozłożyłaś nóżki jak piesek. Bardzo cię kocham. Nie czuję się wygrana, czuję się oszukana. Nie czuję się wygrana, czuję się oszukana. Bo wszystkie nasze czyny są aktami trwogi. O czym myślisz, oglądając czarodziejkę z księżyca? O tych drzewach, co ich tu nie ma. Są takie wysokie. O zespole muzycznym, który nazywałby się Nadąsane srebrne oczy i że chciałbym tańczyć. Wiem jak, ale nie umiem powiedzieć. Mały Wietnamczyk z czarnymi balonami. Tak sobie pląsasz i wyszarpujesz. Pytanie jest, czy? Tak, myślę, że tak. Grasz? Jak przychodzę, to gram. Dobry, łagodny, piękny Boże. Prawdziwy Polak śni sny o tygrysach za lichymi drzwiami, o biedzie i złodziejstwie, które jej zaradzi. Janusz. Nie dałby wam się pogłaskać, o nie. Można go tylko podziwiać z daleka. Ucieka czy atakuje? Ucieka, ale lubię mówić, że atakuje. Thank you. I think that's all.
Oh, yes, that's right. So thank you
very much.
Thank you very much for being with us, Ilona. Thank you for your poetry, and maybe if things are going to be mild with from the point of view of pandemic and all of this, maybe we could start again the discussion about publishing a book of you here in Romania. I am still very much in love with Lucifer. I mean the title of your book, not being particularly in love with some Lucifer, but I mean Lucifer wins, and those 𝗙𝗶𝗁𝗏, those little birds, reminding all those symbols of treachery and slavery. Ladies and gentlemen, a peculiar voice of Polish and European poetry, Ilona Witkowska. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we had also today a very impressive line-up of authors from 4 countries, each of them with their originality, each of them with their personal style, and which brought us their sensibility, their literature, their creation. If someone of the present ones here on the streaming on Facebook would like to address some question or to make some mention, some observation concerning what it was read here, or to ask something one of the authors, now is the time to do it.
Mircea, can I say something?
Please.
I'd like to say about my upcoming anthology that is for short stories for children. So if any of the writers here write, besides poetry, write short stories also, please send me your short stories to misna.chanu@gmail.com. I'll share the Gmail address, email address to Mircea, and you can take from Mircea. The theme is often, but I need the story that can serve as a bedtime story for children, like folk tales or fairy tales type stories. So, and one more thing is my fifth book, and the 3rd anthology is going to be published this month, and I'll release the book online. So I'll keep an event of poetry first week of September, most probably, for releasing the book. So I'll invite all of you. I will send my invitation to Mircea. Mircea will share with all of you. So please be present in my event and book releasing event, and please recite your beautiful poems here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Misna. So a very interesting invitation. If you are interested in publishing in India, this country with such a big and various culture, this is a very good opportunity to do it. Maybe, Misna, do you think it would be possible to write your email in the chat? You have the chat here. Write it down. Everybody will be able to see it.
Okay.
Of course, there is no problem. They can send their poems to me too. But now it is more direct, maybe. So a very interesting invitation. It's not about making propaganda for Misna. She does not need this. She is a very respected and top.
Misna.chanu@gmail. I just wrote the email address in the chat box. Can you see?
Yes, there it is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And the name of the book, let me write the name of the book.
There is some problem with the connection. It is something we really didn't need now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it seems we had some problems with the connection. It is something we really did not need now, but the connection seems to be back. Maybe it would be possible to. Okay, so that's the name of the title of the book. Misna wrote it down, and you have the opportunity to send your short stories about children or your poems to her email address. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to kindly thank you for being today with us. To wish you a lot of success in everything you are doing, and hope we will meet again online or according to the evolution of the pandemic situation, even directly at different festivals. Who knows, from India or Pakistan until western part of Europe or Romania, Poland or Czech Republic. Good luck, love literature, love poetry, love novel, love what you're doing, and thank you for being today with us. Once again, a big thank to the Familia cultural magazine and 𝗙𝗵ćeพี่ for all its support and help. Have a wonderful evening. All the best to all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.